Oh, that's very good to hear from you. Well, your question goes like this. There's a controversy about the territorial invasion of China in the West Philippine Sea. So as a modern Filipina, how can you deal with this issue? Again, there's a controversy about the territorial invasion of China in the West Philippine Sea. So as a modern Filipina, how can you deal with this issue?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Since we are in partnership with these Chinese, as a modern Filipina, I will welcome these Chinese in our country. Since without these Chinese, we will not going. There are lots of investments of Chinese in our country, and I believe that if we are going to welcome Chinese in our country, then we're going to have a good connection with them. They can provide us a good source and a good economic. Thank you.
Thank you, Binibining candidate number 5. Binibining candidate number 6, please.
Just look at us, we never bet against our love. Got the kind of thing that lasts.
Please, take your charge.
Table for two, she said fast, I'm confused.
Her judge is Mr. Galchor Rex L. Salas. Sir.
Okay. Hello, good evening, candidate number 6.
Evening.
How are you feeling tonight?
I feel great. It's great to be here at Silago. Happy Fiesta to all of you, and thank you for having us.
That's it. Okay. Your question goes like this. For instance, you are diagnosed with HIV and AIDS. How will you deal with it? And how will you cope with stigma attached to it? Again, for instance, you are diagnosed with HIV and AIDS. How will you deal with it? And how will you cope with stigma attached to it?
Thank you, sir. Well, we are aware that HIV or AIDS issue is very much common, very rampant in our country, in our societies right now. And I know that it is a cause of shame. It is a source of root of shame for those people who are afflicted with HIV or AIDS. And for instance, if I would be afflicted with that same disease, I would not respond to it with shame. Because first of all, a disease is a disease. And though it might be hard to cure, we all have an opportunity to propagate awareness. Instead of being ashamed, instead of being scared of yourself and of other people, we should show to people that our disease is not a hindrance to our dreams. Our disease is not a hindrance in creating a positive change to our societies. And for an HIV or AIDS afflicted person, I would use that as an opportunity to be able to spread awareness to other people about HIV or AIDS. In that way, we would be diminishing shame and negativity to that HIV or AIDS afflicted people, and we would be able to create a world that is more positive, better, and better. Thank you. HIV awareness.
Very witty. Binibining candidate number 8, please. Please pick your judge. Your judge is Miss Shenson Angelica Costa de la Cruz.
Good evening, candidate number 8.
Good evening.
So your question
How will you convince the audience or the judges that you deserve to be crowned as Binibining Silago 2019?
Okay, thank you. First of all is that all my co-candidates were brilliant, and I commend for every single one for distinctly remarkable. However, I believe I had such a strong intention upon joining this competition because I did not fight this battle simply for myself, but for every single person out there who believes in me. I believe it was my heart for helping and glorifying the Lord made me win it. That is why I should be crowned as Binibining Silago 2019. Thank you.
Thank you, Binibining candidate number 8. Next, Binibining candidate number 2. Please pick your judge. Her judge is Miss April Joy G. Palen.
Okay, good evening, candidate number 2.
Good evening.
Okay, here's my question for you. What you have learned about yourself nowadays? Again, what you have learned about yourself nowadays?
Thank you. Well, one thing that I've learned these few days is that adulting is hard, I swear. But I know that with God, with me, and I keep Him by my side, adulting will be very easy. Because adulting was one of my ambitions in life when I was younger. But right now, I somehow regretted it. But somehow it's beautiful when I see it. Because it's the responsibilities that you should have in your shoulders. And you take it with your own faith, with your own love. And you accept everything of your responsibilities. And with that, you can achieve everything you want in your life. And with this, through adulting, I am one step closer to my dreams. And in this, I would be able to help the world as a pageant candidate to empower women out there just like me that have been through depression as well because of adulting, because of the pressure that the people around put in me. But one thing that I've learned upon I watch a video about mental fitness is that don't let others validate yourself. Let yourself validate yourself. Thank you.
With according Manjunoy. Last Binibining candidate number 7.
Good evening, number 7.
Good evening, sir.
Your question is, have you experienced criticism for competing in pageant? If so, how did you handle it? Again, have you experienced criticism for competing in pageant? If so, how did you handle it?
Well, good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as one of the roosters of the candidate, well, right now, I will use my voice to empower the youth, not just for the young people, but for the whole wide world universe, that we, Filipinos, can do everything we want to. Well, being one of the roosters, again, I did not experience criticism. Why? Because it is your own responsibility. It is your own responsibility that you have to keep in your mind whatever it is. And you have to bear in your minds that whatever it is, just keep going because you only fail when you give up. And it is your own way of dealing with other people, just like pakikisama. And without that, we can experience nothing. Without that, we can experience So criticism is not hindrance, and letting yourself see the beauty in this real world. It is not hindrance, and letting yourself competing with this beautiful competition, which is the pageant. That would be all, and I thank you.
Thank you very much, Binibining candidate number 7.